Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Cleveland and the Cavaliers family, the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
First seat.
Hello, everyone. First order of business is asking Dan Gilbert to come up and say a few words. He's our majority owner. Dan, where are you?
I'm over here. First thing we have to do, because Shaq has never played in a cold weather city, so we're going to give him some boots. And keep in mind, we went and got the biggest size we possibly could get, but clearly they weren't big enough, so we cut the front out for you, just so you know, Shaq. Here you go. You're welcome. And we have one more gift for you, too, along the same lines if I can find. Okay. Have you ever seen white stuff called snow before? It's a big, and this isn't quite a big enough shovel for you, but still. You know, we get shovel the winds and the snow and everything else, and there you go. So,
if you're late for practice, you have to shovel Coach Brown's driveway, just so you know.
All right, deal.
Yeah, as long as it's just the driveway. So I just like to say welcome to Cleveland. I think, you know, the passion and enthusiasm that the franchise has and the city has and the kids in this city, as you see already, it's just going to be something very, very special with you and the team we've got and the organization, and cannot tell you how excited we are. So thank you. And by the way, did Mike Brown pick out that tie for you?
Yes, he did.
You got some competition on that, so thank you and welcome. Okay. This way.
All right. We're obviously really excited to have everyone here today. We've been pretty good the last few years, and we're always trying to get better. And we believe Shaquille can help us obviously get better. I think, from a culture standpoint, from an atmosphere standpoint, whether it's in this practice facility, whether it's at the arena, wherever it is, we've got a pretty good thing going on. And I truly believe that Shaq is going to be a big part of making that go even further and making this place even more special place. So welcome to you, Shaq. And Mike, you got anything to say?
Yeah, you know what, I agree with Danny. You know, Shaq is a rare and unique force, and when you have an opportunity, which doesn't happen often, to be able to acquire a talent and a person of the character that he has, when you have the ability to add somebody like that to your culture, you have to do it. And I'm excited about him and his family being here, and I'm excited about him playing with the rest of our guys. We feel like we have, between Shaq and between Z, two very, very good centers, if not great centers, and the size and the versatility that he brings to the table for us is something I'm looking forward to. So welcome, not to you first, but welcome Shawnee first, okay, and your family, and welcome Big Fella. We're happy that you're here.
I would like to thank the owner, Dan Gilbert, and the great Danny Ferry for bringing me here. You know, as we all know, Danny was a great player, pretty good player, and the other day when I got the call from Danny Ferry, I was like, Danny Ferry, Danny Ferry. Then I had to check my computer to see who Danny Ferry was, and this is what came up on the internet. So, Dan, thank you. You've done a wonderful job, and I appreciate the opportunity. First, I'd like to thank the Phoenix Suns organization, Steve Kerr, excellent general manager. Was very honest the whole time you guys were speaking, and this was something that I couldn't turn down. You guys are already, without me, a damn good team, and I appreciate the opportunity with 3 years left to go in my career to be able to play with a damn good team. So Just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate you very much, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fabulous season. Thank you very much. And that's the first picture that comes up on Google. You got to take care of that. Danny Ferry. That's the first picture that came up.
Okay, now we're going to have a very special jersey presentation for Shaq with some young Cleveland fans from St. Martin de Porres School. All right, that looks great. All right, let's hear it. All right, thanks, kids. All right, and now we're going to open it up for Q&A. And if you would just please raise your hand, let our mic crew know that you need a question. If you could also identify yourself and wait for the mic before you ask your question. Thanks.
Hey, Shaq, I'm Tom Witherspoon, Associated Press. Welcome. At 37, what do you have left? And then secondly, what do you think you and LeBron can accomplish here together?
I think I have a lot left. You know, it's only 4 or 5 pretty good centers in the league. I'm in that number, but you know, I have a lot left. I'm very intelligent. You know, I'm now playing with one of the greatest players that could make the game very, very easy for me. I put LeBron up there with Tim Duncan as the most intelligent players in the game today, and I stole that from Coach Brown. Coach Brown told me that last night, but when he said that last night, I had to quickly agree with him. But I got a lot left. You know, I've been in 17 years, but I think I missed 3 years worth of injury. So, you know, if you do the math, I still got 3 years left. You got that?
Got it.
All right.
Hey, if I could follow, the Suns struggled to work you into their offense. Do you think that the tempo and the style the Cavs play here better suits what you do have left?
I mean, I'm pretty much able to play any style. You know, I realize that, you know, big guys most of the time are going to get the rebound, so I'm going to be getting the rebound, slinging it to, you know, Mo and LeBron, let them do what they do. And, you know, as long as I get a couple, you know, drop-offs, and, you know, I'm not here to demand 40 to 50 shots, but I would like 30. But but I'm just coming to, you know, do my part and, you know, help a damn good team get over the hump.
Hey, Shaq, George Smith from ESPN. How are you? How confident are you? You say you have 3 years left, that LeBron will be here all 3 of those years, and how important is that for you, for him to stay?
You know, I learned from my great Uncle Jerome is never worry about tomorrow, worry about today. In a perfect world, if we win and take care of business, he has no choice but to stay here. But, you know, he's an intelligent young man, and I'm sure he's going to do what's right. But as I look around, Mr. Gilbert and Mr. Ferry has, you know, given him the world here. So, but, you know, that's something we shouldn't worry about right now. And we should worry about this year. And, you know, like I said, in a perfect world, if we do what we come here to do, everything will fall in place like everybody wants it to fall in place.
Shaq, John Telich with Fox 8. Welcome to Cleveland. Like your choice of shirt color and tie, too. You're not tweeting right now? What's going on? You figured you'd be tweeting.
Obviously, I'm not tweeting. I'm answering your question right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Most athletes try to do the same. See the law enforcement folks here, and will there be any involvement from you towards our law enforcement agencies here in Northeast Ohio?
I'm actually undercover, so I really can't answer that. But, you know, everyone knows that I'm very interested in law enforcement, and, you know, when the time comes, we will have the conversation. But, you know, now my motto is very simple: win a ring for the king. That's my motto, that's my focus, and that's all I'm here to do.
Shaq, Tony Zarella from CBS 19. Welcome to Cleveland. I don't know how much you know about Cleveland. This is a city starved for a winner. And obviously with you and LeBron and Mo and the entire cast, they're going to be big expectations next season. You buy into that? And what would it mean for you to be the guy to put this team over the top?
I mean, it'll be, you know, I won't, you know, be the guy by myself. You know, I've been on teams where, you know, it takes takes a great effort. You know, me and Coach Brown had the conversation yesterday. Even though I have 4 rings, a lot of those rings, if you take away 1 or 2 plays, like Derek Fisher versus San Antonio, the .04, Robert Horry, the shot, top of the key. So, you know, I'm not going to do it by myself. LeBron is not going to do it by himself. It's going to take a team, city, organizational effort to get it done. But we definitely have all the pieces here, so it'll be no excuses, and the expectations are very high, and we want them to be high. That's what, you know, thrives and motivates us, and we'll be ready.
Shaq, Chad Krispinski from WKBN in Youngstown. Everybody wants to know what's the new nickname going to be now that you're here in Cleveland? You've had a lot in the past. What's the Cleveland namesake going to be?
I haven't come up with any yet. A friend of mine tweeted me with the name The Big Freeze. I don't know about that one yet. So I'm not sure. I got to go home and, you know, play around with the kids and, you know, get on the internet and, you know, just try to, you know, figure something out. But I'll have one.
Ringyun from China, Titan Sports. You know, the pre-game ritual, LeBron did the home family and you did the bowling. Any idea for the new season, the pre-game ritual?
I mean, you know, he's the captain of the team, and, you know, he's probably going to come up with a lot of ideas. I remember last year when I challenged him, you know, he was doing his thing, we were doing our thing, and I got a tap on the shoulder from my Uncle Jerome. Uncle Jerome said, look, they're in first place. They can do that. You guys ain't even in the playoffs. You need to cut that out. So I did the bowling thing one time, then I had to stop it. But, you know, we're here to take care of business, and, you know, we're also going to have fun. So whatever he, you know, decides to do, I'm sure it'll be fun.
Shaq, Andy Baskin from Channel 5 in Cleveland. You've had a chance to watch LeBron since day one. We all remember you watching him in high school down in Canton. Your thoughts on when you saw him in Canton then and where he is right now?
I knew he was a special player then because when I went to see him in high school, I saw a freakish athlete that was bigger and stronger than everybody. For example, like me, when I was in high school and playing against, you know, small guys like Danny Ferry, I would just try to score. But LeBron was getting all his teammates involved. You know, guys that never played on the college level, never make it to the NBA level. He was drawing and kicking and could have easily finished, but he was kicking it to his guys. I was telling Ron Harper then, this kid right here is special. And, you know, he's been very humble. And, you know, he's made a name for himself, and he's done it the right, respectable way. So, you know, for me in the last few years of my career, I'm honored to play with the great LeBron James.
Shaq, Andre Wanzo, Sports Talk Cleveland. How would it feel, throughout your career you had the opportunity to play with some of the best guards in the NBA and win some championships with them. How would it make you feel to win a 3rd championship with one of the best guards in the NBA?
They say that things happen in threes. So 1-1 with the great Kobe, with the great D. Wade. So now it's my job to win one with the great LeBron James. But, you know, like I said earlier, we have everything in place, so just got to get it done. The owner has a question. Uh-oh.
Dan Gilbert, Cleveland Cavaliers. You spoke about your Uncle Jerome twice already. Is he here, or how do we get to meet him? Because he seems like a wise man.
He's right next to you.
Which one is it? Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
right here. Yeah.
Maybe you should stand up, and this is Uncle Jerome, I guess. I didn't even know. Okay. Thank you. That's I didn't know.
Shaq, Brian Duffy from 19 Action News. What are your impressions of the city? I know you haven't had a lot of opportunity over the course of the years to get here, but you've probably been here 30 times, I guess. The city, restaurants, where are you going to live, that kind of stuff.
I'm going to live in your house, in your guest house.
LeBron's got a lot of room.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, obviously been coming here for many, many years. You know, the fans have always been very hospitable. You know, the place has always been a great atmosphere to play in, and I'll fit in just fine. You know, I was telling the great Uncle Jerome again that, you know, we've been lucky in my whole career. I've been able to play where it's sunny, but, you know, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, where, you know, we have harsh winters, and moved to West Germany also where there was winter, so I'll be ready.
Hey, Vance Whitmore, Sports Real. How involved do you think you'll be in the business community in Cleveland?
Very involved. A lot involved. Too involved. You know, every, you know, community that I move into, I'll, you know, sort of make it known that I'm a community guy. I'm a friendly guy. I'm a charitable guy, so you'll see me around Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, doing what I do.
Shaq, Rick Nolan from the Medina Gazette. What would it be like in June, Cavs versus Lakers in the NBA Finals? You and Kobe both.
You know what? From my experience, when I don't talk about it, usually gets done. So, like I said, my motto is simple: win a ring for the king. We take care of business, and we'll just see what happens. You know, I'm not gonna waste time this year talking about possible matchups. You know, we still got October, November, and still got to get it done. You know, it's not gonna be easy, but we have all the pieces to get it done. So. Probably just talk about it once or twice, and then I won't mention it again. But to answer your question, that'll be a hell of a matchup.
Shaq in the back, Fred McLeod from Fox Sports Ohio. What was the reaction from your kids once you got word that you were traded here and playing with LeBron?
This sort of puts me in a funny situation because my sons actually love LeBron more than they love me. That's a good thing. They were very, very happy. And I'm happy for them. At a young age, they get to see one of the greatest players to ever play the game. So I'm not sad, a little jealous about it, but not sad. But, LeBron's a great guy, and it's a great organization, and I thank you for the opportunity, and I'm glad to be here.
Shaq, Pat McManaman from the Akron Beacon Journal. What was up with the Akon song? What point were you trying to get across?
I was just trying to make people laugh. I'm a guy with a great sense of humor. Having a great sense of humor, sometimes people with great sense of humor take it the right way, and those that are a little tight, usually, I'm not saying you're tight, I was just, but, those that are a little tight usually don't know how to take it. But, my message the last couple months on Twitter is just, let's just laugh and have a good time and just, take it easy.
Shaq, welcome to Cleveland. Andre Knott from WTAM. Physically, you've changed a little bit over the last couple of years, and you did some things different in Phoenix. Will you bring those same type things here?
Yeah, I'm going to come in excellent shape, be ready to go. Me and Mike had a brief conversation on, what he expected from me. And, I'm the type of guy that I don't really look at everybody else's expectations. I set mine a whole lot higher. So I'll be ready. There's nothing to talk about.
Bill Livingston, Cleveland Plain Dealer. Shaq, you said you didn't want to talk about matchups, but did you see any of the Orlando series? If so, what were your impressions? And also, what have you talked to LeBron about? I assume you've spoken.
No, we haven't really talked about the last series, but that was Orlando. They have a pretty good big man, and they have 4 shooters around them. And, it's hard to stop both. But, the guys played hard. I was there. They gave their guts out. And, the guys from Orlando just really, really shot the ball very well. Petrie and, and Rafer Alston shooting shots off the glass. And, but we're not going to worry about that, But I'm sure that, with the guys failing, it's only going to make them hungrier when they come in here in September, October.
Hi, Bob Fanan from the News Herald. Is this strictly a one-year thing to you? I mean, or would you like a contract extension?
No, I mean, I was just, I appreciate the opportunity, and I would love an extension. Who wouldn't? But I'm here to take care of business. We're not going to negotiate through the media. If they offer me a $35 million a year extension, I'll take it right now. I won't even read the contract. I'll sign it right now. But, I'm just here to take care of business, and I know that if I can help give the city what they've been looking for.
Can I see that picture again?
Talk. Sure. It costs you $35 million a year. I own the rights to that picture.
Hey, Shaq, Tom Withers again, AP. Since you've become the big Twitterer, I'm just wondering why you like it so much, and as a social networking thing, do you think it's a passing fad or here to stay?
I mean, for me, it just gives, all my followers and everybody who's watching a chance to see that I'm a regular guy. a lot of times in the media world, I've been misquoted. So, sort of way of me wanting to, get things across. So I just have fun with it and, try to send positive quotes every now and then. I send funny pictures of myself every now and then. If I could just have somebody click on their device and make them laugh, then I think I'm doing, everyone a justice.
How much of a chance have you had to chat with LeBron recently, and if you could just sort of share some thoughts about those conversations?
We've had emails, but sure he's with his lovely family having a good time, and we'll talk, we'll visit. I'll fly back up here sometime and spend some time with him, but I know what he can do. He knows what I can do. So when we come here to our job and start taking care of business, it's going to be a perfect match. He's having a good time. He had a wonderful season, but he's vacationing with his family. I'll see him.
Shaq, Terry Pluto from the Cleveland Plain Dealer, over here. There you go. You've come to other teams like Miami, and even the Lakers hadn't won for a while before you were there. What does it take that you could bring to a team to kind of get them over the top?
It takes teamwork. Obviously, this team already has that. This team is, well together, and as I said many times, this team was a damn good team before I came here. But right now we don't have any matchup issues, and we will not have to double anybody. And you can underline that 100 times. We won't be doubling anybody. So we're going to be playing straight up, and other teams are now going to have matchup problems against us. And I think I add another guy on the floor that could spread the floor a little bit, get our shooters more involved. And as a big man, it's good to have a great guy with you, plus a lot of great shooters. So I'm very happy, and I'm looking forward to it. But we will not be doubling anybody ever again.
Shaq, Todd Porter from the Canton Repository. How do the dynamics of a locker room change when there are two superstars on a team?
Well, I never really consider myself a superstar. I'm just a guy that's worked very hard. I've been, played with a lot of great guys, played with a lot of great teams, and I'm fortunate enough to have 4 rings. But, I can adapt to any situation. We all know it's LeBron's team, and I'm not going to come try to change that. My job is to, just going to give Z some comfort, give Varejao some comfort, and we're all going to work together. It's LeBron's team. I'm here. He's the captain. This is time in my career where I can fit in. I'm now in the security business. My job is to protect the king, and that's what I'm here to do.
We'll take one more question, please.
Shaq, you mentioned Dwight Howard. You've been quoted extensively about him. What are your real feelings for Dwight Howard?
I haven't really said anything about him. I did an interview in Orlando where I said he was a good player. It's not really my job to, say what a player can and can't do. It's just that I'm still here. I'm a force to be reckoned with, and I'm still the done data of all big men. And you have to come take my spot. And not through Twitter and not through the media. Come take my spot. I'm ready to go. So, he's a great player, has, great organization. Bob Vanderway and Otis Smith done a great job of putting shooters around him, but, it's not my job to, compare myself against other guys. I think, when it comes to the best big men in the league, there's 2 that has done something very special in this millennium, and I'm one of them, and Tim Duncan is the other. So anything else and anyone else, they have to come upstairs and, see the Shogun. So I'm still the Shogun in this league. So, but, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We get to go there a couple times. I get to come here a couple times, and it'll be good for the NBA. It'll be good for the game, and I'm ready.
Okay, that concludes our Q&A now. We do have one more special presentation for you, Shaq. And if you guys can scoot your chairs back a little bit, we're going to bring the kids from St. Martin de Porres back on stage here with a very special presentation to you. We needed a card that was big enough to really express how happy we are that you're here in Cleveland and a member of the Cavalier family. So kids, why don't you open up that card that everybody here has signed today.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right. Bring them on. All right. And now we're going to finish up today with what we do at Cavalier games at the Q quite often. And we're going to let these kids and Shaq have a little fun and throw some T-shirts out for everybody in the crowd. So kids, go ahead, grab some shirts, let them fly. Let them rip.
That's it. We're just going to take some photos with the kids back here. Yeah, we're good.
Thank you very much.
Everybody.